Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here go 46. 46.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Prescott off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the 2nd half now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Coleman now. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. This is Coleman. There he goes, right side. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
Third and long for Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the purse.
They go play action here on first down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go play action now. Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. They run a draw here on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throw right side, complete to Williams. A big play here for Dallas. 54 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. And the pressure gets to him again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go, 46. Let's go, let's finish now. 26.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught right side, it turns. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Prescott. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Duke Riley in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
46. Gun. 26.
Prescott now on second down. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that takes us from second to third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Ryan wants to throw it. Drops it off for Coleman. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Falcons on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Ryan. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Ryan now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Irving busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Ryan. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now it's Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. They find some open field here. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Ryan. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.
can't look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. Life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican.